I said I was going to ask you what you thought of the marriage to Michael Jackson.
Concerned and suspicious.
From the beginning?
Yes.
I asked her yesterday, did she think she was used? Do you think she was used?
I do. There's something very calculating and manipulative about, you know, how he does things. And, well, Michael had called me when I was working on Dallas at the time, and he had called me and wanted to get together for dinner, and he said, you know, why don't you bring Lisa with you? And I went, really? She's only 16, and she's kind of young, you know, and he was saying, oh, no, I want to meet her, and, you know, blah, blah, blah. I went, well, you know, she's in school right now.
Priscilla's taking the bull by the horns. She's the kind of person that is a control freak. Priscilla controls everything she does. You know, you're not going to do this, you're not going to do that, you're not going to do this, and it has kept her back so far.
I know there's been a lot of things in the press, you know, of her growing up, and I remember being horrified every time I would see a tabloid going, my God, you know, what are they trying to do? It seems like if you have a good relationship, they come in and they try to pull you apart, you know. And we've had our ups and downs, just like every mother, just like every daughter in a relationship. Of course you do. I mean, my goodness, the terrible teens, you know, like we've all done, and when you're raising a child in the limelight, it's very, very difficult because everything that they do, you know, the press wants to make it bigger. And, you know, I did protect her a lot because I felt that she deserved her life and she deserved her teenage years, which I knew would be the toughest. I'm glad to say that she did make it and she did survive, and so did we.
When Michael Jackson took Lisa Marie Presley as his bride this summer, everyone was shocked by the unlikely union. But perhaps none was more stunned than the Presley clan.
Family insiders say one way of rebelling was marrying a man her mother didn't approve of.
When I heard they were married, I automatically felt that this was Lisa's way of getting out of from under the umbrella of Priscilla Presley. I think she just did all this to get away from her mother.
She went off and got married. No, I didn't even know she got married. I had someone tell me.
Where were you?
You know,
Tell me where you were the moment you found out.
It was like in the morning, and it came on the news. And someone came in and said Lisa got married, and I said no, she did not get married. And they said, who did she marry? And I said Michael Jackson.
What do you think of all that? I read somewhere that it was a bit of a surprise to you that they had actually gotten married.
Well, I think that's the way they wanted it. I mean, you know, you have so many, when you're older and you want to make your own decisions, and she, you know, they decided, I guess that was the right thing, and they wanted to do it without fanfare, so.
There was helicopters all over my home, you know, trying to see if she was coming over or if they'd be around or what I would do, you know, or drown myself in the pool. I was, oh my God.
You called me and you said, oh God, there's helicopters above the house. They're saying you married Michael Jackson. And then I was silent.
That's true. You just said she was silent, yeah.
Lisa, you didn't. That was what happened.
Were you surprised with her choice of mate?
Well, you know, Lisa's a very bright girl. You know, I don't think Lisa's going to do something that, you know, is going to be detrimental to her. You know, she's, I don't think she'd make such a decision, and not, you know, with no thought. So I have to hand it to her. She, you know, she makes her own decisions.
She's her own woman.
She's her own woman, absolutely.
We just showed that MTV kiss, the smooch on stage. Did you watch that, or how did you feel about that? Were you like, oh boy?
Well, I was nervous.
I think most mothers would feel a little embarrassed, at least mine would, if I kissed my husband on stage in front of millions of people. Were you a bit bemused by that?
No, not by that. No. No, I was more nervous for her. I think I was, you know, that's your daughter and you're sitting there. I was thinking everything that she was probably thinking and feeling for her. I know that there was a lot of people to be in front of, and I have to admire her for having that courage.
It was a night for the history books, Barry. The official recognition of pop music's royal families united in marriage, the Presley Jacksons.
We're here to share with the members of two of the greatest families in the history of American music. This is a real honor.
Michael Jackson and Priscilla Presley holding hands, with Lisa Marie the bridge between them.
I think that Michael was really showing support to Lisa Marie, and the feeling I got from the two of them was a great spiritual connection. It was more as though they were bringing Michael into the family fold, emphasizing the connection.
Have you gotten to know Michael at all?
I know Michael, not really well, but I admire his work. I think he's very, very talented.
You're close to him during your daughter's
I was
marriage?
not that close to him. You know, Michael was very private.
Very.
And, very, very private, and had people that he was comfortable with.
I mean, I know he was a bit fearful of me, and she told me, you know, he's afraid of you. And I go, what is he afraid of me for? Why is he afraid? Why should he be afraid of me? And she goes, I don't know, he doesn't think you'll like him. I said, I've hardly talked to him, because he always hides.
Right.
We were at the Peabody Hotel in Memphis, and I went to see her at her suite, and we're talking, and then all of a sudden I said, well, how's Michael? I said, he's getting dressed. And I go, okay. So he pops out really quickly to get his hat that was left on the end table, and then rushes back and closes the door. I said, God, do I scare him that much?
Was it, do you think, because he knew you saw through him a bit?
I think he was quite smart, and I think he did.
Yeah.
I think he did.
He wasn't around that much, really, even around my daughter that much, and he was off doing his things.
You know, she was seeing him for a little bit, actually, and then I remember being in Hawaii, and we were walking together on the beach, and she said, Mom, I'm really concerned, and said that, you know, I never see him. I go, what do you mean you never see him? He's always gone. I go, where does he go? And she goes, I don't know. I don't know where he goes. He'll call me maybe 3 or 4 days later. I said, well, don't you ask him where he's going? He goes, you just said, you know, he's around, he has things to do. But she then told me that, you know, that she wanted a divorce, and then the rest is history.
Yeah.
It's been reported that Lisa Marie's mother, Priscilla, opposed the marriage from the start, and now that it's over, she's rebuilding her relationship with her daughter.
Reportedly, there's no one more pleased about the breakup of Michael Jackson and Lisa Marie Presley than the bride's mother.
Oh, she's over the moon with joy.
According to celebrity journalist Bonnie Robinson, Priscilla Presley thought the marriage was ridiculous from the start.
It's all Priscilla wanted to bug Lisa Marie about was get out, get a divorce, get an annulment. And Lisa Marie basically said, back off.
He was very against the marriage and really wanted it to break up. Priscilla complained about everything. Michael's makeup, Michael's mask, you know, Michael's shopping, everything. You know, there was just nothing she really liked about it.
And according to Anthony, Priscilla had concerns Jackson was interested in buying some of the vast Elvis Presley music collection and influenced Lisa Marie to leave her inheritance untouched in her trust fund.
Her mother definitely discouraged her about signing papers to get hold of this fortune while she's married to Michael Jackson.
And I always felt that, you know, Michael, you know, Jackson, Lisa Presley, and he you know, loved Elvis or respected Elvis. So I always felt, excuse me, that having the name, you know, be associated with the name with his daughter. Yeah, I did. I was concerned. I told her.
You thought that maybe that was his main motivation?
I did.
Did you?
I did.
Mm. Were you concerned about that?
Very. Yeah, and I was honest with her.
I couldn't help. I mean, there's Graceland, there's, you know, Neverland. You know, there's a whole, you know, thread that goes into what he does, and you know, even in his
King
business.
of rock and roll, king of pop.
Exactly. I do think that was some of that. Not that he didn't care, but I just feel that there's a whole other agenda going on.
Okay, when you say not that he didn't care, do you think he really cared? Do you think he loved her as a wife?
I want to believe he did. I do want to believe he did, because you know, I would hate to believe that it was only for one thing, whether it be to maintain his popularity or to be associated somehow to her and her father. I really don't want to go there with that. But
go ahead, go there.
It's just hard for me to believe that, you know, that people do that. I mean, and she's really lovable. So I do believe that.
Do you give her advice on men?
Oh my gosh.
No, not anymore.
We're not so good about that. It's funny when you watch your children grow, and with each person, like she said yesterday, that, you know, maybe she needed those experiences with these particular relationships, because once you learn, you know, then don't make that same mistake, and each person is different. You know, there are those who can bring the best out of you or the worst out of you.
And you would have preferred him not to marry your daughter?
Yeah. Because I felt that he was so intrigued about Elvis, and, you know, just, you know, here's Lisa, and...
Is he with her because she's Lisa or because she's a Presley?
I think more because she was a Presley.
Yeah.
Your reaction to the Jackson acquittal.
Oh, you're going to go there?
No, just one question. Your former son-in-law.
Yeah. You know, I don't know, Larry. That's something that, you know, I wasn't obviously in the courtroom. I really don't have a whole lot to say about it, because there's certainly a lot of rumors and certainly a lot of gossip. We all have our own thoughts, and, you know, he came out, and obviously I think that the jury did a good job. You could see they truly wanted to do a good job. It was on this particular case, and they stressed that it was about one case.
Were you rooting for him?
Oh, gosh. I hate to see anybody suffering, and it was hard to see him suffer. I know that. I'm sure, you know, going through with what he went through and sitting down, having to listen and face people who betrayed you is very, very difficult, if that's the case.
Did the Michael Jackson, that whole thing hit you hard?
Well, I know it hit Lisa very hard.
It did?
It did. It hit her very hard. Yeah.
They remain friends?
Yes, they did. They remain friends.